Hi, this has been Black with my phospholipid bilayer. So here I have the phosphate heads, the fatty acid tails, the cholesterol, the integral protein, the porphyryl protein, the glycolipid, and glycoprotein. So this model represents the fluid mosaic model, because it is fluid in the way that proteins and materials can move through and in and out of the phospholipid bilayer. Also, when you look at it from above, it makes a pattern mosaic. It's where the mosaic part comes from. And then why cell transport is necessary is because it helps cells maintain homeostasis by keeping conditions within normal ranges inside all of an organelle's cells. So now for passive transports. The first one is diffusion. It is the net movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. This is pretty much anything unless for water and the vapor particles. So this is shown by an example of the movement of the particle through the phosphate heads and the fatty acid tails to the lower concentration in this model. So now for osmosis. Osmosis is a special case of diffusion involving water molecules. They also move from higher concentration to lower concentration regions. This is shown by pretty much the same thing, but with water through the phosphate heads and through the fatty acid tails to the lower region concentration. Now for facilitated diffusion. This is when the molecule is too big to go through the phosphate heads and the fatty acid tails, so it has to go through the integral protein. And it is still from high concentration to low concentration regions. And this is shown by on the model goes through the integral protein to the lower or concentration region. Now for active transports. So active transports are the movement of particles from lower concentration regions to higher concentration regions. And the first one, for example, is sodium-potassium pump. And this is the process of moving sodium and potassium ions across the cell membrane from lower concentration regions to higher concentration regions. And this uses ATP energy to get the sodium and potassium ions across the cell membrane through the integral protein to the higher region of concentration. Now for endocytosis. So endocytosis is a process in which cells take in materials from the outside by engulfing and fusing them with its plasma membrane. This is also from the lower region concentration to the higher region of concentration. And this also uses ATP energy and takes the particle and it goes straight through the cell membrane and from the lower region of concentration to the higher region of concentration. Now for exocytosis. So now we have this as the outside and this as the inside. So exocytosis is a process by which a cell transports waste from the inside to outside and also from lower concentration to higher concentration. This also uses ATP energy, and it takes the vesicle and moves the particle from the inside to outside or from the lower concentration to higher concentration region. And that is it.